Hey guys, it's Channing. Today I wanted to show you some little mini reviews of some new products that Wet n Wild recently released for spring. I know there was a lot of hype around some of these products, so I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts. I know that a lot of people have been giving their reviews, but some people may not have the same kind of skin concerns as you, or just that in general. I will have a blog post down below that has a little bit more in-depth reviews of these. I will have pictures there, which I will get to explaining in a second, as well as direct linked to the products. So Wet n Wild has had this photo focused kind of line where it's supposed to look great under like photos, obviously, hence why it's called Photo Focus. So they've had in the past some kind of like white translucent powder. I know they had a spray. I think they had like an eye primer, but they recently came out with a foundation, a concealer, and a pressed powder. So I have tried out all three of these, and I'm just going to give you my thoughts and let you know what is worth the price. I mean, everything in this line, everything in Wet n Wild in general is really inexpensive, but a lot of these, it took me a long time to even get my hands on all of this stuff. So if you're like me and it's hard to find these, I'm going to let you know what I think is worth hunting down or even buying straight from Wet n Wild. So let's start with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This foundation and all three of these products from the Photo Focus line are they were tested under like 7 different lights, filter kind of things. On my blog post, I have the list that they had on their website of what kind of light. Some of it was like nightclub lighting, outdoor lighting, flash photography. They tested it with the newest iPhone model and the newest Samsung Galaxy models with the flashes and stuff. So they say all this stuff. So basically their claim is this is supposed to be a covering, I don't know if they said medium or high. They claim that it's supposed to be high, like higher coverage. I'm supposed to give you a mattified look, poreless, perfect, selfie ready skin is basically what they're saying. No white cast, nothing long lasting. So I was like, yeah, if you guys don't know, I have not extreme, but I have oily skin. I get mostly oily in my cheeks, on the side of my nose, and my chin. I do have larger pores as well and acne prone skin, so I do have acne scarring on my face. So I always look for something that's going to be long lasting. I'm going to stand up to oil. I mean, I know even if I find something that's supposed to be mattifying all day, I mean, a little bit of oil is going to disrupt things, but something that a little bit of oil is not going to like make me look crazy. Something that doesn't get cakey, because I find that too, oily skin girls, like it gets cakey on your pores. I don't want anything to enlarge my pores. And again, I like something that's going to last as long as possible. So the shade that I got is 361C Shell Ivory. And on the back it says, "Goodbye Photo Flashback, helps eliminate white particle reflection." And this is what the applicator looks like. It's like a spatula. So what I do is I kind of slap it on the back of my hand. I've tried this with a damp beauty blender as well as like a flat Artiste type of face brush. Today I used it with the face brush. Let's get into the review. This smells straight up like wall paint. Like, it smells not good. So even if you think this is going to be like the most amazing, if you've heard it from people, I'm just warning you, if you're sensitive to smell or your skin is really sensitive, this smells like straight up like I'm about to go paint the walls on my house. So I'm not a fan of that. This was, I think, $5.99. So for $6, if this was a great, perfect foundation, I could get over that, but I'm just warning you, the smell is intense, like house paint. So the consistency, here, let me put it on the back of my hand, of this is creamy, but also watery, if that makes sense. It's not like thick, like, see, it's definitely like gonna drip down my hand. It's not super watery, but it's more of a creamy type of finish. And I would say the coverage, when it's all blended out, is a medium at best. It definitely doesn't get full. It's just very, like, it pushes around the skin. Like, no matter how I try to put it on, it kind of, my skin doesn't soak it in. Like, see, even my hand, it kind of just sits on top of the skin. Before I get this all over me, let me wipe it off. But it kind of just like sits on the skin. It doesn't really sink in very well. I am wearing it today, but like every YouTuber, everything always looks better usually 9 times out of 10 on the camera and in all your like beauty filter kind of things that my camera automatically does. let me see if I can get closer. You can definitely still see freckles, obviously, but I do have acne scarring on my cheek. I have a pimple right here. And it's just, when I put it on, it doesn't sink in. So then you're kind of just, if it's a brush, it's just being pushed around. If it's a sponge, it's just kind of not sticking to the skin. It's sticking more to the beauty blender. It doesn't get like on my nose. It will not stick to my nose. Like this is mostly all concealer. Like it won't stick to my nose. It's patchy. So that part I'm not a fan of. The wear time, it'll last maybe 4 or 5 hours before I get super shiny and it gets like that cakey blobby look. So I don't like it for that. The main problem, I mean, I know those are all problems I have with this, and I will have pictures on my blog down below. It has major flashback. Like I don't know what kind of lighting they were testing. I mean, I read what they were testing, and one of the phones that they tested, a Samsung Galaxy, is what I have, and like it looks fine now, I think. What do you guys think? I think it looks fine now. Like I'm wearing the powder, I'm wearing the concealer, and I have tested it just taking pictures with just the foundation because I was like, well, maybe it's the powder, but no. The foundation, like when you guys see these pictures, I look dead. Like my skin, my neck is fine. I mean, I do bring it down on my neck, but not as much. My face is so pale, so white. I've never had so much flashback in my entire life, which I think is crazy for a foundation that claims no flashback. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but I mean, I'm just applying it like foundation, and it like right now, like I said, it looks fine. But if you're going to use this to go out, or even I'm nervous to even just go in like fluorescent lighting in like a store or in an office, or just something that has that major of a white cast, I would be wary of like, what do I look like to other people all the time, if you guys know what I mean. But I would not wear this to a wedding. I would not wear it to anywhere, indoors, a club, anything, because I took like pictures of me like this, and then I took a flash like this with like lights on, and then I look like a ghost, and then I like made the room that I was in the bathroom pitch black, and it took a picture, and I looked scary. Like I look scary. So I'm just warning you guys, but if you want to see the proof, it will be down below in my blog. So I don't recommend this foundation. But after that, I use the Photofocus concealer, and the color I have is light ivory. This is the lightest shade. My only complaint with this concealer, so I'm kind of giving away, but I wish they had it in a little bit lighter, because I used this, I tested it out under my eyes and as a spot concealer. This stuff is so pigmented, so creamy. It blends out like a dream. Like this is my new favorite concealer I've ever tried. Like, I've never tried the NARS, I think it's called the Creamy Concealer, but I've read that this compares to it. Like, that blends out, like, you can't even see it. It blends out like a dream. Under my eyes, it doesn't cake. It does not crease. The only thing I wish it was lighter for under my eyes so I can get more of a brightening effect. But I'm wearing it under the eyes today, and I think it looks fine. I did not put it on this because this is like a scab, and it's going to look crazy. But I do put it, like, around the redness on my nose, like on the sides, down the bridge, especially when I'm wearing this foundation, which doesn't stick to my nose. I'll put it on like some scars on my cheeks. This blends out so well. It stays on all day, doesn't cake, especially under the eyes. It does not crease. Like, I highly recommend this concealer. It's amazing, and I hope they come out with more colors, not just the lighter for me, but more colors in general for everybody, so everybody of all skin can get this. So if you see this, I think this is like $3 or $4.99. Pick it up every time you see it because it's amazing. And then to set all that, I use the pressed powder from the Photofocus line. And again, all 3 of these products have that claim with a light thing. This, did I say I have it in warm light? Again, they don't have that many shades, but this is more of what I would say like a baked, because see, it's got that dome shape. I always think of like baked things as that shape. This is it. It's pretty pigmented. This just glides on my skin, leaves me looking poreless. It doesn't, I mean, online, I think, let me read. It doesn't say on here, but I have it on my blog. I think it does say it's supposed to control shine a little bit and make your makeup last all day, like not all day, but longer. And I definitely agree with that. When I wear this powder, like my skin looks matte longer, it looks smooth, it hides my pores. What I do is I brush this all over to set because I have to set my whole face, obviously, because I'm oily. But then I dip my powder brush back in and I kind of push it onto my cheeks where my large pores are, and it just, I don't know the voodoo magic, but it just, everything looks like, you can tell right now, obviously I'm wearing all three, but like usually my pores are right here, and like I don't know if you guys can see, but I can barely see anything, and it's just smooth and perfect, and I love this. So like these two from that line, get used together. They're amazing. I highly recommend these, especially for the price point. Now I have 3 of the hyped about Mega Last Liquid Catsuit Matte Lipsticks. I have the color, the only ones I could get my hands on because everybody's obsessed with these. So it's like so hard for me to find them. The one color I really want to get is called Rebel Rose. But the colors I have managed to get are Give Me Mocha, which is the one I'm wearing right now, Berry Recognize, and Video Vixen. So every time I spot this display, I run over to it, but 9 times out of 10, it's always sold out. So if you see these, get your hands on these, because first of all, I was going to bring one over, but now I totally forgot. This packaging, if you guys own any Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks, is identical. Like the way the carton is, like, is the exact same. I put them up to each other, same size, same everything, which I think is crazy. So I wonder if like the same company makes their containers. But let me just swatch these for you. These again are called the liquid catsuits. They're supposed to be lightweight, which they are. They last all day long, and I don't know. Oh, and the transfer proof. I forgot that they were. So, and the transfer proof, and these are $4.99, $5. Like I said, if you see these on a display, snatch them up. So this is Give Me Mocha. Yes, Give Me Mocha. It looks darker on your lips and on here than in the bottle, I think, but it's a great mocha color. Berry Recognize is a beautiful, obviously, berry color. I love that one too. And the applicators are nice because they kind of have a divot in the middle, so it's really great at like getting in there, getting the creases. Because I have a little bit, I'm still learning how to apply liquid lipsticks. Like I could apply regular tube lipsticks, great, but it's harder with these because the lines have to be so sharp. So if my lips look a little, I'm still trying. And then the last color is Video Vixen, which is a dark, vampy, like, this color's dark. I think there's actually one called Goth Tropic that's darker, but this is a deep berry color. So those are all 3 of the colors that I managed to get. And like I said, if you spot this display, I highly recommend getting them. I think they're amazing. They last all day. Like my lips do not feel dry right now. Like I said, it's transfer proof. It lasts all day. I've worn this out to a club. I've worn this to work. I've drank, I've eaten. If you eat things that are oil-based or anything, obviously it's going to come off. But if you eat something light, like light snacking, as long as it's not rubbing or tugging on your lips or, like I said, oil-based, it's not going to come off. Drinking, not going to come off. So I think these are great for the price point. So that is my little review of some of the new spring stuff that have come out from Wet n Wild. I think Wet n Wild is killing the game, and their products are vegan and cruelty-free. So if that's important to you, get your hands on some of these products because they are amazing. So let me take this off because I never take off my swatches and then I get them all over me. So that is just my thoughts on this. Let me know down below if you guys have tried any of these, if you've had any different experiences. I know I've seen mixed reviews of this foundation on Facebook. YouTube. I've followed people who have super oily skin that love this, but it's just, I'm not in love with it. But for the price point, if you can find it in your shade, pick it up, try it out, but it just doesn't work for me. So that is that. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'm also having a giveaway going on for that I'm working with Jord Watches, that when you enter, you either win a $100 e-gift card, or every single person that enters gets $25 gift card. So I'll have that link down below. So make sure you check that out. And I wish you guys a happy spring.